Hey Remedy!
What's up, Sorgatron?
I think we're going to throw a bash for WrestleMania, and I don't know how to liven it up.
You know, there was this bar mitzvah I was at last week, and there was this really good DJ, Sounds Forgot. He really rocked the house.
Really? How awesome was it?
Really awesome. He had some really professional equipment, like from Gemini Technical Hi-Fi. He was a really cool guy, and he seemed to know what he was doing.
That's fantastic. How do I get a hold of this guy?
Well, you can get a hold of him at soundsforgotten.com. That's sounds, the number 4, gotten.com. Or you can also email him at chuck@soundsforgotten.com. Or you can call him at 412-326-9855.
Thanks, Remedy.
No problem, Sorgatron.
Yeah! Sounds Forgotten!
McDonald's.
Yes, is Mitch there?
Speaking.
Yes, I'd like to call. We came in earlier tonight, me and 3 of my friends, and we came in about 8:30 this evening, and we all ordered food, and our service was well, it was bad. It really wasn't that fast. It took us about 15 minutes to get all our food. And there was like a 5-minute wait between all of us taking our orders, and we were the only ones there.
Okay, what time of day was this, sir?
This was at, the receipt says 8:36 p.m.
Jessica's shift.
Yes, I believe the lady who did serve us was the manager. I think her name was Jessica. It was a blue name tag, I think.
That's not unexpected. Hold on, just 1 second, sir, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Jessica! Get your ass over here! I got an angry customer on the phone who wanted a sandwich. You can't get a goddamn... Shut the fuck, bitch! Shut the fuck up, okay? You're getting this goddamn sandwich. What in the hell is wrong with you? Don't give me those... I will big slap you. Get the fuck on the fryer. Get on the fryer! Sorry about that, sir. Is there anything I can do for you?
No, I actually was just calling. You know, we like eating at your establishment, and I was just the service really wasn't that great, and we just want to come back, but you know.
Oh, trust me, sir. It will be taken care of. I said, get on the fryer. I'm sorry about that. I get a little upset.
That's quite all right. As long as you know, and the situation will be rectified. I just want to.
Oh, it will be rectified.
Thank you. I just wanted to show my dissatisfaction for what went down this evening.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your input, sir, and I look forward to seeing you in the store again.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
Good night.
Bitch, I said get on the front.
That's how we wanted the conversation to go, but yeah, it wasn't that it didn't play out like that. So.
Okay.
Hi, this is Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Wrestling Mayhem Show.
.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJ Lunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seen his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can shit better rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville joined the club. If you're sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD, the best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's delirious, Daniel City, Kid McCarthy, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike. Bruce's spoken, so that means I'm puking blood tonight. Shut up and show me the damn X to the vision and get SoCal balance in my line of vision. Friday night SmackDown, this is all life. Kicking back, watching wrestling every night. Kennedy, Boogeyman, Helms, Hardy, Guerrero, London and Kendrick, and stealing the show. RWF Scion in the weekly features. You're a student, we are the teachers. Shout outs to Jimbo's crew and to the D's, putting it down for Vim with the greatest of ease. Wrestling Mayhem Show, like a blast to your chest. You can't fuck with us. We roll with the best.
That's right, guys. It's the Wrestling Mayhem Show, number 209, a very special week. And, of course, we start off on a very sad note. A sad, sad note. As you heard, our first experience with McMitch's at the top of the show. From way back, probably within the first 10 episodes of this show, of this program. McMitch's is no more.
McMitch's is dead.
If you were to go to West Liberty and look for McMitch's, you will only find a pile of rubble, unfortunately. There's a sign that went up that said, "Will be closed for remodeling." Then a bulldozer came, and there's nothing left. I didn't know remodeling constituted rebuilding. And as we'll see here, if you look up West Liberty Avenue, Brookline Boulevard, and Wenzel Avenue in Pittsburgh, PA, you'll see a McDonald's on Street View on Google Maps. And here, I'll hold that up for you guys right here. We're so high tech here, of course. Right there, that McDonald's, McMitch's, is no more.
It's really sad. It's depressing.
It is. Of course, the Mayhem Show was conceived just around the corner from this McDonald's right here, this McMitch's. And a piece of our history, a piece of our show history is now gone.
Terrible.
Yes.
It's disgusting. I can't.
I know, Lunchbox. I know.
The bitches, Sork. Where are the bitches gonna live?
I know all the bitches that were there, of course.
The bitches who can't. And the bitches. I'm sorry.
Jessica has no place.
I get a little upset.
I know, Lunchbox. I know.
Anyway,
moving on. Now we're done with that. And your video stuck in crying mode, apparently.
Yeah, look at the back of my hand. Oh, there we go. Oh my God,
Fantastic.
That's even worse. All
Wow.
right.
It's fine. It's fine.
This is the Wrestling Mayhem
Yes,
Show,
it is.
the greatest and best of all Mayhem shows, the greatest and best of all podcasts.
That's
all over
right.
the internet.
That's right. Some claim.
Some claim, everyone claims, everyone knows it to be true in their heart of hearts. Deep inside, they know that the Wrestling Mayhem Show is the one, the greatest, and we continue our blazing list, our fantastic list. We are on fire with interviews here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and this week, just as we bring back McMitch's, which is in fact our roots, and we go further back to our roots. Our interview this week, it is huge, it is fantastic. This man was the first interview right here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and he has done very well for himself, and we have stayed in constant contact with him. It is our great pleasure to welcome back to the show Mr. Jason Gory.
Right there, Jason Gory. He's gone over a little bit of a metamorphosis since we first talked to him, of course, here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And we're looking forward to talking with him here in the third segment. We're going to be switching it up a little bit due to some scheduling conflicts. We're going to have Jason Gory in the third segment, move the round table up. Mix a little bit. We got some voicemails we'll go through and everything. And it'll be good. It'll be a good time. Good time. So, Lunchbox.
Yes, sir.
You know we have an iPhone app.
We do have an iPhone app,
That's
and
right.
it is a glorious iPhone app.
That's right. Go check it out. The Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold over on the iPhone App Store. Go look that up. Or, as Matt Mike did, go ahead and buy it if you don't have an iPhone. Why not? Support the show, right? At least
right.
One day you'll be able to use that when you get your iPad. Yes, and it will be iPad compatible, I understand.
Fuck yes.
All that stuff carries over. So we are now on 2 devices. And if anybody shows me how to put this on the Android phone, maybe even you BlackBerry users, I'm sorry, but not the Palm Pixie. Not the Palm Pixie.
Fuck the palm.
As I said, how demasculating would it be for either of us to be carrying around a Palm Pixie? So.
Palm Papuga has a palm.
Well, she's
palm
Papuga.
free.
She's Papuga. She'll probably shove that off somebody's ass if they piss her off about it, right?
Whoa.
I mean, come on. This is who we talking about here.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct, sir. You haven't updated. Oh, look, there's my mustache.
I'm sorry?
I'm looking at the iPhone app, Sorg.
Okay.
And the most recent behind-the-scenes clip is not the one with the boobs.
That's not right at all.
Wait, maybe I've done something wrong. I've done something wrong,
You've
Sorg.
done something wrong.
I fixed it.
You need to go to the right episode. That was for Wrestling Mayhem Show 208.
Sorg, I fixed it.
You fixed it?
I did. I fixed it.
This is the part where we show them off on video. Here, show yours too. Show it. Show it off.
Hold on. There we go. Hold on.
There's Quackenbush. You hit the
Wait for the
extras
boobs.
button. And you go there.
Wait for the boobs.
And we go to
Where's
the bonus content. And there it is. There it is. It's loading.
How
It's
am
loading.
I looking there?
I don't know. There's something going on there. There's us.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's us. A little bit of pre-show stuff.
There it
There's
is.
some-
Mine's a little glary. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's Skyped. It's Skyped. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But you get the idea. And like I said, we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of that footage for all of you non-iPhone users. And no, not everybody has one of these little dooflickies, and we'll work on that. We don't mean to leave all you out.
Part with the boobs,
It's
Sorg.
progress. It's got a preload, man. And the part where you told you're gonna fuck a year off WrestleFan is later in that too, or something like that.
I'm gonna
Well,
fuck
it
a
was
year
at-
off your life.
yeah, yeah.
You hear that, WrestleFan? I'm going to fuck a year off of your life.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. Check it out to see all the updated sayings and catchphrases of an angry lunchbox.
Sad face.
What's that?
Sad face in the chat. From
Yes, there
WrestleFan.
is. And also, yes.
No, go, sir.
Oh, I was going to say, I just want to plug Mad Mike's Mayhem Baseball Fantasy League. Because somebody likes baseball out there. People that aren't living in Pittsburgh. And go check that out. League ID 289858. Password Mayhem over at the Yahoo Sports Baseball Fantasy team. So yeah, drop that by.
Yes. I would like to make a special announcement, Sorg.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You have the floor.
It's not really an announcement. It's more of a shout out, a very special shout out. Into the chat, my sister is in the chat. I'm in 1989. Everybody say hello. Be nice to her, but do not fucking hit on her. Do not hit on my sister, or I will find you and cut you in places where you don't want to be cut. And pointing at you, Mad Mike, and WrestleFan, and everybody else in the chat, except for Silent Ninja. He can hit on my sister.
Okay,
But
okay.
hi.
Very
Hello.
serious, very serious.
Say hello and be nice to Amanda. She is legit, no lie, my sister.
No, we did not hire a fake sister for the chat room.
That's correct.
That's right. He has siblings.
That's true. That is true. Just the one.
We should get my sister on here too. My nephew is in there frequently.
Dude, your sister would hit in here.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Maybe if we get one of those other ideas off the ground, Lunchbox, we'll have to rope her in on that. So.
Absolutely.
Anyways, let's get right into the fan mail. We have a
Yes.
good bit here. We have a lot of voicemails. I want to try to get to all that we can here in the first segment. Do you want to roll with the first one?
You got it.
Whatever that may be.
Sean Soundoff,
Sean
TNA
Soundoff.
Live Edition. Good evening, UNN listeners. That's not right. In honor of TNA's return to Monday nights, I thought I would bring back the most segment in the history, the TNA Report.
The TNA Report.
Dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun, TNA Report. TNA Report. Adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush. Okay.
TNA over the week to watch the first 5 minutes, and what did I get? 1, the worst TNA theme song and a decent Hogan promo.
Yep.
The first shock of the night was Sting turning on Hogan and Abyss, then shoving Dixie Carter. You don't touch Dixie Carter.
Ooh, it's more the
Tucker
Dixie
Sting.
shove, and I missed the Dixie shove.
You deserve to get your ass kicked by a stoner, which we'll get into later.
Dixie shove. That sounds like some sort of sexual position.
Dixie shove. Let's do the Dixie.
Hold on. You go and read this email. I'm going
Say.
to look it up on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah. Shannon Moore made his TNA return and gets the X Division title shoot instead of Kaz or Christopher Daniels. Doug Williams versus Shannon Moore at the pay-per-view. Not looking forward to that. Next, Shock Beer Money turning heel. Wait, they were heel? They were faces?
Yeah, they've been faces for a while. Like against, I want to say maybe Team 3D because they were kind of heel for a while. They've been flopping back and forth, and they just flop back. So, but I thought, as we were talking in the chat room last night, I think they weren't face enough for this to be a surprise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's weird.
I mean, other than doing the beer money thing and the crowd went along with it, that's the only thing I really face for them. From my recollection, at least. But no, I like that they went heel. They teamed up on Jarrett. I thought it was good. These guys are better heel. I like them as bad guys, and they're where they need to be finally. So we'll see where it goes.
This leads TNA with only Generation Me as a face tag team.
What about Motor City? Well, the Motor City can be face.
Are they? I thought they were like...
the lines could be crossed tonight at the tapings. You don't know by any of those teams. There's a lot of people we did not see at that show last night that we might tonight. Keep it in mind.
I felt sorry for Hamada. They couldn't find another women to team up with her to defend her TNA Knockout Tag titles.
It's hard it'd be hard to find somebody to pair up with her, I think.
Sure. Well, and the beautiful people did win, and apparently it is a Spirit Squad kind of thing.
Okay.
Where any member can defend, any two members can defend at any time. Yes.
Huh.
Lastly, RVD versus Sting will hopefully happen. I wish they would allow the match to go longer before Sting beat down. Spike fail in the fact they cut away from Impact as Jeff Hardy was going for a swanton. No. Saunton.
Yep.
Before going, I found the Mayhem best score and musical performance, so I would like to award it to DJ Lunchbox and allow him to give us acceptation speech. Until next week, I'm Sean, and I'm out.
I think that's an acceptance speech.
Acceptance, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but he's found a Mayhem for music, and you win.
Found it somewhere, about, and thank
Ooh,
you.
Look over here. Look what Ultimate X has been holding this entire time. It's a Mayhem, and congratulations, you're the best fit for it. So, since the fan has declared you a Mayhem winner,
who am I to argue?
There you go. Do you have a speech prepared?
I do, but I'm afraid some crazy Jewish lady is going to interrupt me. So I'm just going to say thanks and be done with it.
Crazy Jewish lady.
Did you watch the Oscars?
No, they didn't. Well, no, I didn't.
Oh,
which is really bad since we're probably talking about it on the other show.
That is likely. Some guy was getting an award, and some crazy Jewish lady interrupted him and started ranting and pulled a Kanye on him.
Is that the thing this year? I mean, come on.
I guess.
Can't tell me that wasn't set up. All right, I'll go ahead and get the second one, which is by the Riz.
Yay, Riz.
WMS!
And he's doing stuff, and it's the Riz mail, and he's doing stuff. Oh, speaking of mail theme songs,
yes.
I have news later.
I guess it's a little late, but I mail.
Here's the mail, it never fails, it makes me want to wag my tail.
I'm on the ball tonight, what can I say?
It is all good.
All good. Okay, WMS! Yes? Well, let's cut to the chase.
Us.
What?
That's us.
That is us. WWE and TNA both did poor in the opening of the Monday Night Wars 2. WWE with a 3.4 and TNA with a 1.0. However, I must say, TNA isn't looking too good, and I am sure we'll go over this later. However, I would like to say this. The way Hulk Hogan is going, running TNA is very similar to the way Wayne Gretzky did the Phoenix Coyotes in the NHL. And we got a few points here. 1. Wayne Gretzky, as we all know, was acclaimed for being the Great One. Hulk Hogan, as we all know, is claimed as immortal. Okay. Number 2. Wayne Gretzky, after his illustrious hockey career, wanted to become an owner or coach. Hogan became the owner of TNA. It's got you there. I'm not as familiar with Wayne Gretzky as this. I am no Kevin Smith on the matter. Number 3. Wayne Gretzky ran his team into the ground and nearly had the team leave town. Hogan is pretty much running TNA and running it into the ground. Some harsh opinions about the show last night, apparently. And finally, number 4, Wayne Gretzky and the hockey media believe that Wayne knew everything there is to know about running a business because he was the great one. Hulk Hogan and the wrestling fans believe that Hogan is going to be an awesome product, and it's going to take place of WWE Raw, but I will stop before the 3 to 4 members of the TNA Nation and TNA Shop Dude that listen to WMS get upset. Until next time, Riz. So, yeah, a little bit of, whoa, where'd you go?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No problem. I cut back without looking at your monitor. So Hulk Hogan is the great one, so to speak.
That's up for debate, I think.
Well,
Shit. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, I think it is funny because in interviews he said that it's like, well, I've never been in this position before, and to have all this power, other than the backdoor stuff, I guess.
Not officially, he hasn't been in this position.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's interesting. Like, let's see what happens when he has like all the reins. You know what I mean? And as opposed to when he's getting in somebody's ear versus everybody else getting in that same person's ear.
I think I would probably respect Hogan more if he wasn't so fucking full of shit. If he would just, oh fuck, man, I keep dropping shit. I'm sorry.
What's going on over there? What are you juggling?
Nothing. Don't even nothing. If he could just fucking be honest about shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like, oh, I don't know, I'm just Hulk Hogan, doo-ba-doo, I'm super modest, boo-da-boo. No, fuck that, you're fucking Hogan, alright?
Wait, are you broadcasting from underneath the desk?
For a minute there I was,
because,
I'm back now.
Hold on, wait, there he is, because you were just completely gone for a second.
I'm good, don't worry about it,
okay,
it's all good.
Alright.
But,
what the fuck?
He's so full of shit. Just an ass fuck. If he would just be honest, I mean, Vince McMahon is fucking forthright. He's like,
yeah, he'll fuck you over to your
I'm
face.
Motherfucking in charge. Hulk Hogan could learn something from that.
All right, there you go. And of course, we'll definitely talk about that a little bit later in the roundtable. Let's see. I believe that is all of the fan mail for now. So let's go. What's that? There's another one.
Yes,
there's
one from the Riz.
Is that what I just read?
Did you just did? Yep, you're right. I'm sorry.
So one about Wayne Gretzky?
My bad. I had pre-read that one.
All right. I don't think I missed all the voicemails. We're gonna roll with this. Time's cutting short, so let's go.
All right.
It's time to reach out and shook some
calls from the Mayhemers.
That's right. It's voicemails, and let me get them pulled up.
Kids?
Oh no, that's not what time it is. All right. First of all. Let's go ahead with one from an old friend here.
Oh, yeah, Mayhem Show. It is your favorite non-Hall of Famer calling back once again. And I think you guys heard the news. The Macho Man is gonna be a daddy. Ooh, yeah, you see, Stephanie McMahon is a little triggers again, yeah. And this time it wasn't the game Triple H because he wasn't out with an injury. No, he wasn't. You see, the Macho Man was on the campaign trail with Linda because you know of my political experience.
Yeah, we know about that.
And I hung out with Stephanie. We got to talking, and you know what happened. Yeah, there was a little bit of ticket going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we should be having a little macho or a little machette elbow dropping out of Stephanie's womb in about 8 months or so. Yeah, I like it. And Triple H said that he already is going to job the WWE title to the little tyke at WrestleMania 33. Yeah, it's going to be the youngest world champion of all time. It's going to be great. Take it.
Well, that was a long way around the news that Yes, Stephanie McMahon is pregnant again. 3 kids now. 3 kids. In how long?
Well, you know what? No.
What's that?
I think it's something really, really offensive, but there's girls around.
That hasn't stopped us before.
Good call. Well, Stephanie, clearly she can't fucking write a TV show. She can't act. She can't wrestle. I mean, there's got to be these that clearly it's popping out babies.
There you go. Thank you. That's all I asked. That's all I asked. Well, there you go.
True.
All right. We got a few from the Riz. Not the Riz. I'm sorry. Big Freaky. I saw something up here and read Riz by accident. First of all, I thought this was good. A little bit about where he's calling from tonight.
You'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit distracted. I'm at the Oakland Center for the Arts right now, helping get ready for the big fundraiser tonight, so it's a bit distracting. But, oh boy, someone else is cleaning the toilets. That's not getting edited out, is it?
Nope. Nope. All right, a little bit. He has a little bit about his thoughts on Hulk Hogan going on and watching the first TNA. Well, actually, he watched the TNA. This is from last Thursday because he called over the weekend, of course. And this is a little bit about how he feels about Hogan being on there, at least for what he got until the restaurant kicked him out.
I mean, it was fun. Like in 1987, everybody was a Hulkamaniac.
Damn straight.
So, I can relate with what Hulk is doing with Abyss. Now, after watching it, do I agree that, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff make the show about them without actually doing anything? But, let's see where this roller coaster takes us.
There you go. A little bit about Hulk Hogan there. And you know what? It's like, I think I was talking to somebody over the weekend. It's like, Hogan's just done too much for me to really mark out over it, I mean, Hogan's just, the mystique is gone since we saw him as the doting father on Hogan Knows Best, and all the stupid shit that's come in the media of stuff he says almost on a weekly basis, thanks to his buddy and his radio show, and it's just getting really tiresome.
I agree. I completely agree. Hogan's a giant penis.
So
the illusion has been broken.
Exactly. We're over it. Yet, and this was another note. The beginning of TNA, let's think about this. We had Hulk Hogan on one side and the guy he feuded with in 1991, The Undertaker, on the other show. And somehow Taker and Shawn made it more interesting, even though we were throwing 3 legends and 2 top TNA guys at us, and a swerve. So, and I still would give that first segment to WWE. So here's a little bit again about that match in particular with Ric Flair, at least leading into it before this weekend.
I still feel the same way about Ric Flair coming back. I mean, although, you know what? Here's the thing about that, because I was about to say it'd be one thing if Ric Flair were coming back for a pay-per-view built around him and say the Carolinas where they could sell out. But you know what? I'm not sure TNA could sell out a big arena. I mean, they're not even selling out 6,000 seat auditoriums when they do pay-per-view, Yeah. I mean, I've heard it, man. They're papering the hell out of their pay-per-views.
But you know what? Is that much different than WCW when they first started kind of pushing against Raw? They were in a studio. I've seen the comparison. They were in a studio. They were going out to smaller arenas. And of course, they started pushing for bigger ones. Granted, TNA is not going to have the money to put behind it. I think there's an illusion of having a draw that none of these guys have really had except for WWE. So, and there's been a couple times where there's been a low pre-purchase for Raw or SmackDown here in Pittsburgh, and even it's there you'll see free tickets going all over the radio trying to get people in there. And contests just going up all over the place, and you'll go and you'll notice like there's half of the upper parts tarped off, like it was the last time SmackDown was here. when we got moved to the other side because they tarped off our section. So
that's true.
And you also see them saying, tickets only starting at $15, only starting at $20, But although in contrast, I was not able to buy 2 tickets to TNA this Saturday for their show. Now, this is only at the Chess Arena. I mean, there's probably only a few thousand people there, to be honest. But they do say that there's going to be walk-up tickets for $10 for standing room only, and I'm really considering going down and checking it out. So hopefully we'll have a TNA live report for next week. And also, I do want to address, I don't want to play this part, but the last 3 weeks, Big Freaky has wanted us to talk about Big Rob and TNA. About how, in particular, I guess there's this waitress at the restaurant that watches it, that he is the only one that she notices. And he's kind of analyzing, as we've seen, what the general population is noticing as far as TNA goes. And, that's, that's why we have WWE with the John Cena's and the Batistas, getting over that we do, I guess. So.
Man candy.
Yeah, for the man candy, for the ladies, and what the girls want to be with them, and the guys want to be them, as they say. So, all right. I think at that note, we should go ahead into our first musical break, Mr. Lunchbox.
I'll go into your first music break.
Yes, you would be, right?
I would. I would be doing exactly that, Sorg.
What the hell are you playing? What's falling over there? What are you...
You'll see when it's done.
Oh, you have a project going on, I see.
I do have a project going on. You'll see when it's done. All right. What are we listening to, Sorgatron?
What are we listening to?
We are... It is just as last week, we are continuing with the theme of Wrestling Mayhem Show classic songs, and this week is no exception. It's our old buddy... Dr. Steel. From the album Dr. Steel 2. Here's a fun fact.
What?
I always thought that the name of the album was Dr. Steel 2 Electric Boogaloo.
That's not true?
That's not true. It's Dr. Steel 2 Eclectic Boogaloo.
Oh.
See what they did there? Off of Reap and So Incorporated Records. The name of the song is The Robots. This is Wrestling Mayhem Show, and I'd like you to enjoy.
Do you know exactly what your family would do if an attack came? Say at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Plastic bombs and glue, doing everything I can do to build the robots. Build the robots. Filling up the room, 'cause all that I ever do is build the robots. I build the robots. I need assembly lines that grow much more time. The money's all mine and the phone will give a damn. I'm gonna have to rob a bank again. 'Cause I'm spending every time, and I'm spending all my time. Build the robots. Build the robots.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show recommends highspots.com for all of your wrestling needs. Whether you're a wrestling fan, worker, or promoter, looking for figures, DVDs, or equipment, High Spots has what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm Sorgatron from the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Whenever I want to buy my Lita and Edge figures so I can make them anatomically correct with some model paint and have my very own live sex celebration, I get them at highspots.com. But not the modeling paint.
Click the link for High Spots on WrestlingMayhemShow.com to support the show when you want to purchase anything wrestling related. High Spots has what you're looking for.
Hey Mayhem fans, it's Mad Mike here with your top 10 list this week. I took a little break from the WrestleMania top 10 list because of the new Monday Night Wars. And yesterday I sent an email to goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com with a top 10 list of things I thought would happen on the first live Impact for the Monday Night Wars. And I'm going to review them really quickly. Number 10, more than 5 but less than references to the other company. I counted it was about 10 references, so I'm going to give myself credit for that. Number 9, a match under 7 minutes that will contain the Motor City Machine Guns and Generation Me in some form or fashion. Now, neither of these teams were on the show, but they showed a graphic for them having a match at Destination X. So I'm going to give myself partial credit because the only time they're actually shown on TV was together. 8, an E-list celebrity sighting. Yes, E-list means Over the Love Sponge. So I'm giving myself a full point for that. Number 7, Jeff Jarrett or Mick Foley getting fired by Eric Bischoff. I really thought this was going to happen, but it didn't. So no points for me on this one. Number 6, the booked main event will not happen. I really thought I had this one until it actually did happen at the end of the show. So again, no points for me. Number 5, Hulk Hogan will get attacked backstage. It wasn't backstage, but Hogan sure got the fuck beat out of him a lot, so I'm going to give myself partial credit. Number 4, Rob Van Dam saying he wants to be in Ultimate X. Sadly, this didn't happen, but he did debut, so I'm going to give myself another half point. Number 3, Jeff Hardy being turned on by Shannon Moore. Okay, this didn't technically happen, but both guys were on the show, and both guys re-debuted on this show. So, again, I'm going to be generous to myself and give myself a half a point. Number 2, Sting will descend from the rafters and hit Flair with a bat. So close. In fact, Sting hit Hogan with a bat and didn't come from the rafters because, TNA is in a soundstage that has no rafters. So I guess I won't give myself a point for that one. And number 1, the Beautiful People will be the only knockouts shown on TV. Now this didn't happen as we had the 3-team knockout tag title match, and Daphne was on. But the Beautiful People did win the tag team titles. So I'm going to give myself a point because they're the only knockouts that were shown in a favorable light. I'm sure most people probably don't even remember that Taylor Wilde and Sarita were even on the show. Well, that was my top 10 predictions for TNA. I'm sure you'll hear more from me about last night's war tonight on the show. Alright, see you guys.
This is the IWC World Heavyweight Champion, International Superstar, Mexican Celebrity, and Filipino Supermodel, Shima Casanova Xylon. And you're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Are you hitting on me? No, I'm just curious.
It's the Men of the Wrestling Mayhem Show on Blog TV.
That's right, guys. We're back. Wrestling Mayhem Show 209. Getting all Darth Vader in this shit right here. It's time for the Wrestling Roundtable, Wrestling Mayhem Roundtable. We got Lunchbox on the line as usual. And also, of course, we have on the Skype line the one and only WrestleFan from Texas right there. Hello.
into two people.
Hello. I put the wrong picture up over my face. And then also on the line from the Bronx, New York, or you're in Poughkeepsie tonight, is Mad Mike. Mad Mike.
He's not actually there.
Apparently the loud is the only way he can go, as we were trying to find out here beforehand. He's there somewhere, and he'll come in.
I'm here.
There he is!
Yes. Yes, and WrestleFan, I am your father.
Oh, I'm sorry. Moving on. Well, I guess
I was the one that was banging his mom.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't do it right.
Oh. Oops. He's questioning how you do your business.
I must have slipped.
Well, no. He just pulls out. It's okay. What fucks happened exit strategy?
Oh. What the hell?
He's not wrong.
All right. Well, first, going back to last segment, I just wanted to mention what a Dixie push is apparently a padded paper towel dispenser. So, not sexual in any way. My bad.
What about a Dixie Twist?
Dixie Twist. Let's see. The magic of Google.
I still think a Dixie push can be dirty.
I don't know. Something on Penny Arcade. Somebody can actually do the Dixie Twist.
That's true. That is from a Penny Arcade strip. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's get right off the bat. Monday Night Wars. Well,
They're not wars.
Wars.
Raw versus
Monday Night
Nitro.
War.
It
You know
was
what?
great.
I got a problem with this right away.
Okay,
Right off the
okay,
bat.
go for
Right
it.
Fucking starting out right here at the beginning of the Wrestling Mayhem Roundtable. This is not the new Monday Night Wars, all right? This isn't a war, all right? This isn't a fucking war. You know what this is? Okay, let's pretend that WWE is the United States of America, okay?
Okay.
And TNA is the equivalent of those weird little groups down in the South in compounds with a bunch of guns and not a lot of sense. That's what they have. That's what they are.
NRA?
The NRA? No, not the NRA.
is nationwide. I'm talking about like the
the Waco, Texas guys.
We're from the People's National Liberation Front of America, American man, and they have militias. This is what I'm saying.
Is Jack
Jake Garrett, I don't
Swagger
know
there?
before, but thank you. Very similar to, but not really. They're in a small compound with guns, and they think they're going to take over the entire United States and topple the government. And it's not going to fucking happen. All right, they're just a bunch of dumb hick rednecks in the South with big dreams and no brains. That's TNA.
Okay, that's
not a new
wow.
war, I'm telling you.
I was going to go with the Monday Night Skirmish, at least.
That's plot.
I was
the Monday Night Fracas.
Yes.
I was going to call it the Monday Night Sling versus Giant War.
The Monday Night David versus Goliath?
No, because in that one, David actually wins. I'm just talking a sling versus a giant, which ordinarily a sling wouldn't do jack shit.
It should be David versus Goliath, where, TNA is David, and WWE is God!
but Goliath lost.
But he mocked God! He mocked God!
Vince McMahon mocked God. He made God job on a pay-per-view.
Yes, he did. I mean...
That was very uncomfortable to watch, if I'm honest.
That was. So was, although still hilarious.
Doing it in 2 years.
So was still hilarious, the Triple H spot with the holy water. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what did we think? Now, I'm curious how you guys watched the show, because of course WWE is going to be the HD. It's going to be on the full screen, on the 42-inch. It's happening. I don't have picture-in-picture. But I did find a site streaming it, so hey, I got to see other commercials, right? So it still counts. And it was interesting. A little bit of sensory overload, but I don't know if I can keep this up week to week for one thing. But how did you guys watch it?
It was more like I flipped to points that I wanted to see, and so I made sure that the things I wanted to see got the ratings, and the ones that I didn't want to see didn't get, any time on my television screen.
Yeah.
And honestly, I understand people are going to complain a lot about TNA show last night and all this other, crap. There were parts of it that were really, well, I shouldn't say really good. There were parts of it that were good, and not all of it is so bad in which people are putting it.
The X Division match stole a show, and is why I started watching TNA, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eric Bischoff, we want more of that.
Mm-hmm. And remember, Eric is the guy that brought in the cruiserweights to bring in that little more something special.
All the cruiserweights.
Well, supposedly the main event for next week is RVD Jeff Hardy versus Desmond Wolfe and AJ Styles.
Okay.
Wait, I thought it was AJ Hardy.
Why would it be AJ Hardy?
That doesn't make sense.
Because that's what I read on the websites.
Well, you are wrong and a fetus.
They're
Jeff is a face, AJ is a heel.
They're taping it like now, aren't they?
Oh, like that's anything in TNA ever.
But I think I finally figured TNA out.
Okay.
I think I finally have. Because during TNA, I saw Hulk Hogan do a commercial for Rent-A-Center.
Yeah, I went to I finally had a moment to take a pee break when both things were on commercials after about an hour and a half, and I thought I heard Hulk Hogan trying to sell me Rent-A-Center.
Yes, and I've realized this. TNA is Raw. R-A-W. Rent a wrestler.
Well,
because if you think about it, they already rented Val Venus.
And they already let Val Venus go. That was actually one of the stories.
No, Sorg, their rental period just expired on Val Venus.
Val Venus just expired.
That's amazing. True. It's the same thing with Roxy. Roxy was on a pay-per-appearance kind of thing. So
that's right. Roxy also
they
gone.
Were renting her.
She broke her freaking leg.
There's Val Venus in all of his glory right there for you. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's but Val Venus won his last match.
Oh God, that last match. If I want to see sweaty old men bleeding on each other, I should kill myself because I never want to see that.
You know what the sad part about that main event was? They were both horrible.
Yeah.
But Hogan wrestled a lot better than Flair did.
Yeah.
Flair didn't sell anything.
He
was on the ramp.
When he was on the
ramp. Go ahead.
I think we're both saying the same thing. When he was on the ramp getting pounded by Abyss in the face, and he was just standing there taking it.
Yeah, just walking back to the ring.
Yeah, he just gets up, maybe acts a little bit woozy, and there he goes.
Yeah.
If he Flair flopped after that would have been fine, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't even move his head though. Oh, and also about that main event, just to put this out here, Brooke Hogan needs to shut up. And sit down.
Brooke Hogan needs to stay off the TV. I mean,
anyone associated with Hogan's personal life needs to stay out of TNA.
Did TNA just become Hogan Knows Best Season 4 or whatever was next? I mean, that's what it feels like right now. But
it really kind of has been.
From the chat room, Mayhem Missy answered our question. She says she watched WWE and didn't give a damn about TNA. Actually, that's a lie. She watched her brother beat Uncharted 2 and then watched Raw today. So, I'm sorry. Brooks knows best better next season. Yeah, she needs to also, and this is a little bit, maybe we'll get into a little bit later. When we're really strict about the fans touching wrestlers, Brooke should not be reaching over, touching the wrestlers on the back. Come on.
And also, she shouldn't be screaming those curse words I heard from her because she's a cast member.
That's right. She's a cast member, and she needs to be recognized as such. So.
Though it was funny when she's trying to grab at AJ, and AJ's telling her to sit down and shut up.
AJ was speaking for the match.
And to Jake Garrett in the chat room, I'm sorry, half the stuff we describe about wrestling ends up sounding like gay porn. So.
Wow.
Well, dude, it is sweaty men in short pants breathing on each other and holding each other in awkward positions.
Yeah, you better be comfortable with your sexuality if you're watching wrestling. So.
That's true.
Just
One way or the other.
It's like a two-man luge.
It's like
naked.
Except we die on the inside. Oh, what? Too soon?
Too soon.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
That's from
not
the
too
16-year-old.
But Jesus, man.
Wow, he's been around us far too long.
We really have destroyed any innocence you might have had, WrestleFan.
Yep. It's gone now.
He just agrees. That's great.
But another thing I wanted to point out about the TNA show, and everyone is going to complain about this, how it was so expected, blah, blah, blah. I don't mind that RVD came. Okay?
Okay.
I'm glad RVD's on the roster. Because, okay, so RVD came to TNA. At least it's not Bobby Lashley. At least RVD can go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But why would you bring RVD on? To have him squash Sting in 25 seconds.
Yeah, that was...
And then job to a bat.
That was pretty... He hit him like 80 times with that damn bat.
He hit him one time in the ankle. This is Rob Van fucking Dam. The ECW television champion.
Well, he had legs... Well, he did have legs surgery.
I don't give a shit. He's RVD. He wrestled in ECW. He's been thrown through tables. He's been hit with chairs.
Mm-hmm.
He's limping after one bat shot from an 80-year-old man in face paint.
You can't have this argument. I mean, look at when they originally brought ECW back. Sabu fucking tapped out to John Cena. They've been fucking making Tommy Dreamer look like a pussy for years, you know. And they wrestled in the original ECW. And look at Team 3D. I don't have to say.
But they never did that with Van Dam.
It's because Van Dam never. He did.
Yeah.
Yes, he was in WWE.
Exactly.
Well, he got a push because he was one of the first ones to jump ship. They didn't need him.
Mm-hmm. They got the championship even.
And I definitely think they need to take this RVD signing in a route that they have more than like their Bobby Lashley's or like, I can't think of an example at this time, but like people they just bring in for like a couple months and then they just leave. I think they should definitely push RVD maybe in a year or so to the world title.
But WrestleFan, the problem that is always going to be with TNA for a while is they have too many fucking people on their roster.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right now, there's barely any room for RVD in the mid-card title, like in the mid-card ranks.
That was another thing. Look, I mean, again, looking at the title picture there, you look at their thing, they have 6 belts for a 2-hour weekly show. That's, I mean, WWE has how many now? They have 6, 8 belts? Actually, even that, they lost the ECW belt.
Well, at the same time, at least one of those belts aren't even usually featured, hasn't been featured for like a month. And I'm talking about the Knockout Tag titles. They're just featured last night because of the whole Kong situation.
Exactly. And how often do we actually see the global belt factored in?
Well, more and more so now since they took off that stupid rule where you have to defend it outside of America.
Which just disappeared. Like they swapped it over out of nowhere overseas, which I guess makes sense with the stipulation. But and then
to a foreigner, even though they're in the World Elite.
Yeah.
But the World Elite's pretty much dead now.
And they kind of disappeared overnight.
They disappeared without anyone even saying anything about it.
And the global champion's Rob Terry. I mean, it's like it's that legitimate.
Yeah, exactly. Rob Terry, you were Big Rob that we were talking about that Big Freaky's friends are huge on. I don't know.
Look, I think Chris Jericho said it best in regards to RVD on Twitter. Quote, beat down of RVD 20 seconds into his debut in TNA was mind-boggling. I don't understand how so many talented people can be so clueless. That sums it up right there.
Exactly.
And coming from Jericho, that's pretty big. I mean, he knows about that right there. Chris Jericho. I'm glad that's
Jericho's debut in WWE still resonates with everyone.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Even though he got kind of on the mic job The Rock, that was still kind of a rite of passage for him. You know what I mean? Like, he was still going toe-to-toe with The Rock.
Yeah, and then the next night on SmackDown, he was going up against The Undertaker on the mic. Like, he didn't even have a match, and his debut was more impactful than Van Damme's.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, does anyone remember in a month that Rob Van Dam has beaten Sting in their first meeting ever?
I don't know, but we do.
Nobody's going to remember anything from TNA. It's going to be dead, and in a year, we're going to be reading books called The Death of TNA.
Easy honky.
And it won't sell as good as The Death of WCW books.
Yeah.
Easy honky tonk.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. The fact that, Rob Van Dam's TNA time would have been more successful if they don't have like 8 or 10 people that can be in the main event at one time.
Dude, they got more than 8 or 10 people.
Yeah. They got Samoa Joe. Well, I mean, I was just looking at
Samoa Joe wasn't even on the show.
Well, because he got kidnapped by someone. I don't know
That's
who.
right, he's still kidnapped. He's still being Samoa molested somewhere.
Oh my God.
I could have swore those people were going to kidnap Brooke.
Nobody's looking for him is the problem. Everybody's like, yeah, I haven't gotten a call from his other. Maybe since he got stuff in the van, you should go looking for him. Has somebody called the police? No, we have the army show up for Kurt Angle, but the police aren't looking for a Samoan. That shows me how fucking racist the Orlando Police Department is down there.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna. TNA's not gonna look for Samoa Joe. They're too busy sucking Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff's dick.
Like the van that pulled away even had a license plate. We could track it.
It was on video. Somebody watch your own show.
Like, I think he was kidnapped by the Nation of Violence because they're tired of being represented by one person. One person is not a nation.
The nation is not happy with their representation. He's like the Jacob of the Nation of Violence, and they're rebelling. For your Lost fans out there.
Oh, also, another thing I want to know about TNA: Abyss is now the biggest pussy in all professional wrestling.
Oh man!
Did you hear his new entrance music?
Well, no. Do you know what that is, WrestleFan? You probably don't because you're a fetus.
What?
That's Hogan's old WCW theme.
No, yes, I know
written
that.
by Jimmy Hart.
I know that.
Yeah.
But why the hell is it on Abyss?
Because he's wearing the red and yellow lantern ring.
That's fucking stupid.
I never said it wasn't.
Abyss is not Abyss anymore. Okay?
Abyss hasn't been Abyss for years.
Abyss hasn't been Abyss in years. Yeah, Mad Mike, you were saying that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Ever since Abyss put on a fucking white jumpsuit and said he was a mental patient,
and started talking.
That's when Abyss stopped being Abyss.
And we started calling him Chris.
Yeah.
He stopped being Abyss when he was crying all the fucking time about everything.
Yeah. He's
when
just
when Sting showed up.
And
yeah, crying like a little fucking
Sting was all, I know your secret.
And he lost
about your
James
father
Mitchell
in prison.
Well, let's go over to the other side. Of course, Steve Austin is going to be on next week.
Yep.
And that's the bottom line.
And way to bury the taped Impact next week, WWE. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's going to be hell because you have Austin as guest host. Mm-hmm. You have the Bret Hart Vince McMahon contract signing. Mm-hmm. And you have
with him involved.
I think
remember.
Oh God. I hope Stone Cold makes something of that match, like a submission match or a no DQ match or something.
Or he becomes the guest referee.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then it comes around. Is he still pissed at Bret for all the feuding before?
That'd be interesting.
I don't know if they'll go that route.
It wouldn't surprise me if they added some stipulation to the match to cover up Bret's shortcomings, I should say.
That could be.
You know,
that could be.
Being old, having a stroke, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they gotta
I
do
still
something
think
to
there's
this.
a chance they might incorporate it into the Cena Batista match.
Yeah. So something. There's plenty of time for something to happen, and of course, we also have the WrestleMania Rewind next week, guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
I'm
Cena
always a fan
versus
of
show
this.
87,000.
I'm a fan of the Cena versus show. Yeah, it's like, hey, remember when they fought for the U.S. belt? And
I'm like, yes, I was there at WrestleMania 20. I saw it. John Cena doesn't have knuckles anymore. It's less fun.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't rap anymore.
That's true too.
I'd rather see Cena versus Edge 4 or 5 more times than Cena versus Big Show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't that the Rewind? Well, I guess
Yeah, Cena versus Edge versus Big Show.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Great.
I keep forgetting that was a Mania match.
I'm looking forward to Shawn versus Jericho next week.
That'll be good.
Ooh, fuck yeah. They never had a bad match.
That's right. but I do tend to have bad internet connections as my browser crashed. So I don't know what else news there is. What else happened on Raw last night, guys?
Chris Angel pulled a string out of his eye.
Chris Angel.
Did anyone think those segments are so lame?
You know, they're what they are. I mean,
it is what it is. I will say he was pretty fired up in front of the live crowd, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think wasn't he the one that back when the WWE New York was down there, WF New York, whatever it was, and then it was the World. Wasn't he the guy that they had for a spot down there when they were trying to promote it as more of a restaurant?
Yeah, he was like submerged underwater for like a certain amount of time or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, at least that was good.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. You should know this. Was a wrestle fan?
I was in college.
Oh, okay.
But like, I was bored to tears with the his segment with Santino.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well,
that.
Santino looked like he was bored to tears with it.
Oh yeah.
Like, it would have been funnier if Angel actually went for the one that had the knife in it, and then the knife was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're gonna do a magic trick, do a fucking magic trick. Don't do a process of elimination when Santino squeezes your shoulder over which cup it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't even look like a trick. The string in the eye thing was cool because that's a little, that's a bit of trickeration. But
he freaked your mind.
It's
No, he
true.
didn't.
He will freak your mind. He'll do that.
Oh, one other thing on TNA I have to point out.
Mm-hmm.
My future wife is a tag team champion.
See,
Von Erich?
I've got.
Oh.
But you see, I have mixed feelings about that. I'm glad they won the belts, but I also kind of wish they won the belts like a year ago.
When it was still Angelina Love.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Mike. I like the beautiful people. I like their gimmick, but they can't wrestle.
Well, WrestleFan, if you remember, when they first did the Knockouts Tag Team Tournament,
Yeah.
that was when Angelina had her problems with her visa.
No, yeah, I know that.
No, but the beautiful people, I think, were slated to win that.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, Taylor Wilde's original partner was Madison, because they booted Madison out of the beautiful people.
No, it was no. Taylor Wilde was paired with Sarita. It was Madison and Roxy.
Oh, that's right. Madison and Roxy, excuse me.
And Roxy and Matt, they lost. Beautiful people moved on. But yeah, I understand that. But I'm just saying, I like their gimmick. The gimmick is fun. The only one that can sort of wrestle is Madison Rain, and she's not even that good.
I think
Velvet's not horrible.
I think
I've
Velvet's
seen Velvet in indie shows. She's not horrible.
Yeah, I've seen Velvet in indie shows, but she does like bra and panties matches and like all diva kind of stuff.
I don't know. I've seen her in normal matches.
Oh well,
I've seen her in like Shimmer style matches. I mean, she's no Chris Benoit.
No.
But I mean, she's not horrible in the ring. She's a decent in-ring worker.
Yeah. And it's also kind of upsetting from them winning the titles. I think they could have done it in a bigger way. And I think it kind of sucks that they won the titles because Awesome Kong left.
Yeah, that
You know
was
what I
kind
mean?
of a consolation prize for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet, awesome Kong.
Theoretically,
Well, I think on that note,
who's going to beat Kong and Hamada?
I think on that note, DJ Lunchbox, do you have? It looks like Awesome Kong is officially released.
I do. It's true. It's look. Honey pie. Look at that. Look at that picture. That's beautiful. Beautiful. My dear, sweet, awesome Kong, please join us here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Please come. Let us interview you. You can talk about whatever you want. Just bring your fantastic, your awesomeness here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We'll interview you. You can talk about TNA. You can talk about Slim Jims if you want. We don't care. Just come. Join us on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Join me, DJ Lunchbox, here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. My sweet, darling, awesome Kong.
Oh,
The biggest of all
how...
questions. Shut up, WrestleFan. I will fuck a year off.
I thought you were finished. You gonna talk?
All right, are you finished?
Join us here, awesome Kong, on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. I promise you, I guarantee you won't go home disappointed.
On that
Means
note,
you can talk about Cake Boss.
On that note,
Yeah,
guys,
Cake Boss.
I think that's a good point for us to end this segment. I think we've covered everything we need to. I don't know, just screaming in the chat room on anything we missed because this computer crashed again. But
oh, the video froze. Fix it, Sorg. It's terrible.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
It's back.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us, WrestleFan. Where are you at?
WrestleFan 2000 on Twitter, the WrestleFan Runner at WordPress.com. Check it out.
And Mad Mike, where are you at on the interwebs? Other than WrestlingMayhemShow.com, you have a video this week, of course.
I do have a video this week. That's what happens when Mad Mike has fish bowls.
When Mad Mike has fish bowls, and that's all right.
guys.
Keep it up, man.
If you go over to WrestlingMayhemShow.com right now, you can see a video of Mad Mike whipping his dick out.
No, maybe for the platinum members.
Yes, he's whipping his dick
No,
out.
that is for the iPod application.
It's for the iPod application. There you go. All right.
Hell?
Whips his dick out.
You can.
The police.
Stop talking about my dick.
Why are you obsessed with his penis, sir? What the fuck? And you're not even moving over there. So
I
it's
will
even
silence you
creepier.
with my penis.
What the hell are we listening to? I'm turning these guys down. What are we listening to?
Hey, remember when Mad Mike killed a bear with his dick?
With his dick. Yes.
That's the song.
I did kill a bear with my dick.
That's the song title. Remember when Mad Mike killed a bear with his dick?
What?
That's like Mayhem Show.
All right, I'm cutting them off. Right, Will, what's going? Lunchbox, kayfabe. What do you do? What are we doing? What's playing? What's happening, pal?
You say to me, hey, Mr. LB, what I would like is a song about tea. I say to you, about tea? Really? You came to the right place. This shit is free. TC Records. Fuck, I didn't write a rhyme for that part. Oh, well. Elemental and Tom Corona, my boy. The name of the song is A Cup of Brown Joy. This is the Wrestling Mayhem.
I need a cup of the brown stuff, the shade of an acorn, made warm by the same source that I take my cakes from. Using a teapot, a mug or fine china, been hooked up to IVs, need constant supplies, and a drip for my urges might verge on perverted. But for earthy brown tea, I'm certain it's worth it. With Sherpas who work hers and use a fresh fountain, I've discerned brews from Peruvian mountains. I've slurped up a cup from an elephant's trunk with a couple of monks who utterly stunk. I've had bourbons with sultans and creams with queens, and I've bathed in Earl Grey. I'm really that keen, and missionaries dismissed me for my single epiphany. The diff between him and me is a simple sip of British tea. So when times are hard and life is rough, you can stick the kettle on and find me a cup. Now when I say Earl Grey, you say yes please, Earl Grey. Yes please, Earl Grey. Yes please. When I say Assam, you say lovely, Assam. Lovely, Assam. Lovely. When I say ooh, you say ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Oh, God, an opera. I've been around the world in 80 brews to see the place it takes me to make a brew that tastes like the cream cakes made by angels do. I'm not the same as you, get shaky but aim to swig amazing fluids but don't make it the same. Now using fine leaves picked by pretty maidens in a bag knitted by a seamstress who lives in Copenhagen, brewed up in a pot made of semi-precious metal, let the blessed content settle in my very special kettle. Now when I say ooh, you say long, ooh, long, ooh, long. When I say herbal, you say no thanks, herbal, no thanks, herbal, no thanks. No. No, I want milk in it. Strong though. I want to see that spoon stand up. If you're tired of tea, then you're tired of life. I'm madder than a hatter, it fires my mic. Liken me to Earl Grey, Assam or ginger, Lapsang, Souchon, raise my pinky finger. Keep your sodding coffee in a proper cup of coffee pot and spot me loving teapot to your poncy rotten coffee shop. Coffee clocks nodding off, lost the plot, sodding off. Need some caffeine tannin and a Battenberg to top it off. Cut them off a different cloth, a different lot can take their beer on 80 cups a day. I haven't slept for 80 years. You could say I'm mad for tea or just say I'm mad. Oh, you can't stay any longer. Oh, actually, I'm quite glad. All the more Battenberg for me. I can barely pour, my hands are going to be shaky from caffeine. Oh, love it though. I'd sell my own grandma. Well, I'd sell your grandma.
Have a wedding coming up? You want it to be memorable for at least 50 of the anniversaries you're gonna have? Then please check out the music from Sounds Forgotten at soundsforgotten.com.
Yo, it's your boy Facade, the Suburban Terrorist, and you're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
You're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
This is awesome.
Online at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
What's up, guys? We are back, Wrestling Mayhem Show 209, and we have finally gone full circle. DJ Lunchbox on the line, of course, as usual. And
absolutely.
On the Mayhem line, on the Mayhem hotline, we have one Jason Gory, the first interview we ever had on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. How you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Excellent, excellent. We're having a good show, having a good time, and we're glad you could join us tonight.
Definitely good to be here.
Excellent.
Glad I can make it on the show again for out of how long? What, 3 years?
3 years, yeah. Finally getting the background to you. So, and we had to work in reverse order because I think we had you, then Shima, then McChesney. So we went McChesney, Shima, and now we're back to you. So it all works out in the end. So how you been doing? How have the last 3 years been to you?
Been good. Been expanding my wrestling schedule, getting to different parts of Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia.
Excellent, excellent. Of course, we know you best from here in IWC in the area. What else have you been working that people have heard of?
I've been wrestling for all over Pennsylvania. I've wrestled for, in the past 3 years, CZW, Pro Wrestling Unplugged, Chikara, Ohio Hatchet Wrestling, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
And for those that don't know, let's talk. Get a little bit of background for people that weren't there for our last interview 3 years ago. Can you describe like who Jason Gory is, or what they see when you come out to the ring?
You're gonna see, to really describe it, it's just how I am. Like, I don't take any shit. I have a mild anger problem. I don't know if you can tell in the ring. Happens to show from time to time.
Excellent. And now you have a face paint style to you. Where did that come from?
The face paint? Something I used to always draw back in the day. In the transforming the face paint. It has done some transforming over the years.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Of course, back in the day, I mean, my first images I found of you was you coming out to the ring in a Crow T-shirt and everything. Now, first of all, you have a sweet kind of hooded thing going on, at least in IWC. And a little bit of and there's a Clockwork Orange I've seen on your MySpace page.
Yeah. I've been trying different things out, I like to keep people guessing what I'm going to look like.
Excellent. Well, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. Well, first, you mentioned Hatchet Wrestling. I know you're a little bit of a juggalo too, right?
Yeah, I was very into them back in the day.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the ways you and I first connected was either a juggalo show or a dope show or something. And
yeah.
Now, how was the experience? Now, we saw you a few years ago. You said you've done Hatchet Wrestling. I saw you on the JCW show when it came to town here. We've heard from Marshall Gambino, and I think Jimmy was on one of those shows too about that. How is that? Because I know the Juggalos are a very interesting crowd.
See, I don't think they could have appreciated being on that. Like, I appreciated it more because I was in ICP and everything, and just all the fans. Like, it was almost going like to an ICP concert minus the Sega.
Yeah.
Like, the fans are just nuts, and it was a crazy experience because they were surrounding like the whole ring.
Awesome. Excuse me. And we have some questions coming from the chat room. Mayhem Missy's in there, of course, from the show. She, I think this is from what we were talking before. Why did you steal Awesome Kong's costume?
Funny. Yeah, my jacket is similar to it, but I mean, what you gonna do? I like it.
You share a taste, and hey, you never know. She could be you guys could team up now that she's getting out of TNA.
Sure, I could ride her to the ring or something. Wait, that sounded bad.
And Mad Mike has a question for you.
Okay.
He asked what you thought about the chest flexor training video. I'm not familiar with this.
There's a video. I know there's pictures, but I haven't seen the video.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what he's referring to. The pictures of a tiny Gory being beat up at the training facility.
I found it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's nothing new for chest flexor to be beating up a girl, but
yeah, there you go. Excellent. And let's talk a little bit about what you've been up to. I see. I think I saw you showed up in some Chikara, and weren't you in a King of Trios, if I'm not mistaken?
I wasn't on the King of Trios. Me and Shima did their big tag on the tournament, and it was a crazy amount of tag teams. I think we were number 11 that went in, or something like that.
Definitely.
Against Lucky and Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mid Rock West.
And what was that experience?
Not Rock and Roll Express. What the hell?
But what was that experience like to be part of a big tournament like that?
It was quite an experience. You know, basically you went out there, and then if you won, the next people coming out,
mm-hmm.
you didn't know who was coming out next, so you couldn't prepare. So it was quite an interesting experience, especially because the Philadelphia fans are insane.
That's right. That's usually held in the old ECW arena, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Now, you do have a history with the aforementioned Shima Zion. When we interviewed you before, you two were in a tag team Catfish on that BFF or Babyface Fire. Now, to those who follow IWC, Shima's got himself a little bit of swagger, a little bit of attitude. What do you think of your former partner's recent attitude adjustment?
Ever since training, he's had that attitude. I think it all came from just his modeling and stuff. But he's always had that attitude or quote unquote swagger that he likes to flaunt around.
Now, LB, I don't think you caught this, but announced at the last Clearfield show for IWC, he's actually facing his old partner at Night of Legends in a couple weeks.
I see. What are your thoughts on that, Jason? Are you looking forward to that? Are you regretful to face down your former friend?
I can't wait for it. You know, he's been pushing my for a couple months, and I'm finally gonna get my hands on legally.
Excellent. Yeah, he's been picking on you for several months now. So tell us what else. Where else have you been lately? What else is going on with Jason Gory?
Just been traveling as much as I can, trying to get my name out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just been trying to get to different beds and left. I almost think they're like wrestle for 9 federations, and since the beginning of the year. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent. One question came in from Big Freaky. He actually left several on his voicemail as usual. He says that you were getting a pretty good look up at AIW, Absolute Intense Wrestling, up in Cleveland, and you seem to have disappeared from there. He asks, what happened up there, and will we be seeing you again?
Yeah, hopefully I get back up. There's conflicts and schedules with shows I haven't been able to make the last couple.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And he mentions a particular show. He was wondering if you had any remembrance or stories from something in particular that he says was a Jay Miller show where Heidenreich apparently went crazy.
I wasn't on that show.
No? Okay.
No.
All right, man.
At least I don't think it was.
Excellent. Will?
Hello?
Sorry, I think we had a connection problem there. So, all right, man. Another question. What do you think about fan interaction after this weekend? Of course, it was a crazy weekend with IWC. We saw a few fans getting into it. Do you get a chance to see a lot of that?
I haven't seen much, but it tends to follow. It's J-Rock. Everybody hates J-Rock, and everybody needs to hit him with a chair. I guess some people just figure they take it with themselves.
Yeah, for those
which
good,
which isn't condoned, but I mean, some people just get out of control.
Yeah, for those who don't know, at Clearfield Cataclysm, a lady in the front row just hauled off with a chair and hit J-Rock in the back.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we found out later that she wasn't quite right in the head.
Yeah.
She supposedly bagged down at the local grocery store or something.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy afterwards who said that it took like 3 guys to get her out of a bar one night because she was going nuts.
Oh,
so,
jeez, that's ridiculous.
So,
wow.
So it's a good thing Shane. Go ahead.
You know them big girls, they gotta protect Jimmy. They gotta protect
I tell you what, she had Shane Taylor, J-Rock, and Vicky in her face, and she was not backing down. But
that's great.
All right, man. And of course, I wanted to bring up. Of course, there's been a big resurgence in the wrestling school with IWC with the Iron City. I'm sorry, I'm probably mess up the name. The Iron City Wrestling Academy, I think it is. You're a graduate of the Coalition of Competition. You've seen a lot of these trainees come through. What do you think about it? I mean, this is a great class. It looks like down there.
Yeah, they look like they're coming along great. You know, I've made it down there a couple times and been wrestling around and stuff, and seems like they're good.
Excellent.
Put some good around in the company.
Excellent, man. All right, man. Tell us what's coming up with you. I know you have a show, I believe, this Friday down at the Belle Vernon High School, right?
Yes.
Do we know what's going on there? I just saw you on a flyer.
I believe it is myself versus Jason versus Jason Christopher Arcadian in a 4-way. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, for those that are familiar, are we expecting 4 high flyers going at it there?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It'll be a nice match.
Excellent. What else you got coming up, man?
I have next Friday. I'll be at Black Diamond Wrestling, defending my title against James Ross.
Excellent.
And then I don't remember my other dates right now, but I'll have them up on my MySpace, so I'll be up on there.
That's just myspace.com/Jason Gory.
Yes, it is.
All right, and of course you'll be up at Night of Legends in Franklin, PA. I know a few of us are going to be heading up there for that. See you take on Shima Zion, which is expecting to be a really good match. Excellent. Anything else you want to put out there before we let you go tonight?
Other than that, just keep on supporting indie wrestling, Mayhemers.
Excellent. All right, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Jason Gory from myspace.com/Jason Gory. You want to check out his stuff? There's some videos up there. We threw a video up on the preview. He's got some sick shit out there. He's all over YouTube. Go check him out. And thanks a lot, Jason. Hope to hear from you again.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks. All right, Jason Gory, local indie superstar here on a Wrestling Mayhem Show. How you doing, Lunchbox?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I want to apologize to everybody. I wasn't too involved in that interview. I couldn't hear a lot of it.
Oh, yeah. We were having some connection issues. I think we dropped for a moment there with us. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to blame Verizon Fios, of course, for that one. So
Those motherfuckers.
Those motherfuckers at Verizon Fios. We need to get, I don't know what's going on with the connection. We need to get a T1. And how are we going to get that T1? You need to click on those ads. You need to support the people that support the Mayhem Show. And and
High Spots.
And the iPhone app, of course. What?
My video froze on me making a pouty face.
It's a pouty face and distorted. It's very interesting.
Pouty face.
But,
well, you know why I'm sad? I'm sad because you motherfuckers are out there aren't going over to WrestlingMayhemShow.com and clicking on our ads. Go and click on our ads. Go and do it. Listen, you guys have got to understand, right? My sister is in England. She's in England. I have raised money to fly her over here to the States, and the only way that it can be done is by you clicking on the ads over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
There you go. I could have said it better to myself, I guess. So I guess it's time. Who should be our fan of the week?
That's a good question.
I think it's Macho Man for Boink and Stephanie again.
Be Macho? Yeah, I might have to give it to Macho Man for banging Stephanie. God, fucking this video keeps freezing at the worst times.
Yeah, and your audio's actually going a little bit too. Well, before the internet's completely shut down on us.
Here.
Well, Lunchbox, what'd you learn from wrestling this week? And hit us up in the chat room, everybody else, please.
Yes, because we don't have you live on the air. What I learned from wrestling this week, what I learned is that this is not a war. This is a war. It's not the money wars. It's not going to be WCW versus WWE. It's not going to be anything. TNA is gonna keep shitting on the ratings, and I mean, Spike TV has already shown that they're willing to back something even though it's barely getting any ratings. I mean, for fuck's sake, TNA got a 1.0 versus like a 3.5 on Monday. A 1.0. What the fuck, man? Spike needs to get their shit together, and they need to drop TNA immediately because they are not pulling in the ratings. They're not. I think I'd put this. They are not bringing enough ratings, bringing in enough viewers, bringing in enough money. They're not bringing in enough money.
Revenue. You mean revenue?
What's that?
You mean revenue?
Revenue. Thank you. They are not bringing in enough revenue to cover the costs that Spike has invested in them. And Honky Tonk was right. TNA will be gone within a year if they keep blowing through money at this rate. It is not WCW. They have a rich, idiotic Southerner backing them. They have a moderately wealthy Southerner backing them, and it's not the same. And they're going to find that out all too quickly. That's what I learned this week.
All right.
Sword, what did you learn this week?
Before we get to that, kind of a point and counterpoint from the chat room I wanted to get to. Mad Mike learned that TNA had more former WCW champions on last night than former TNA champions. And WrestleFan learned that if TNA puts on more X Division matches and finally features their knockouts like they used to, he might watch their product. So that becomes a .0001. So yeah. That's all we got from the chat room so far. Sir Lunchbox, I learned this weekend, the country people are fucking insane. For one thing, I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, the whole time, like, there was seriously a point where I'm like, I think somebody's not making it out of this town tonight. Particularly the referee when the hometown boy got his decision reversed on the Super Indie title. I thought he was done. Yeah. And also the value of having guardrails. Yeah, and I hope they have them next time. But other than that, it was a great experience going up there for that IWC show, road tripping up. I also want to give a shout out, Chess Flexor. He I know he got hurt a little bit this weekend. Didn't make the road trip back with us. Well, he got back, and that doesn't mean he's still in Clearfield. But he got hurt a little bit. I understand it's very healable, but he's going to be hurting for a little bit. But our best wishes go to him so he gets better soon. Because I know
Chess Flexor some soup.
I know if he wasn't hurt, he would have been able to pull off those rocket boots, and he would have been able to take King Kalua down this weekend. Just want to put that out there.
You don't fuck with Chess Flexor.
You don't fuck with Chess Flexor, especially you, King Kalua. Come on. So, well, no, Sleeves wasn't there. Sleeves was not there as a referee, no. And Mad Mike wants to let us know that he's going to have another retro pay-per-view up. Check out, we have a link to a video for the for the DX Suck It mixtape. That's a lot of fun on there. Other posts, I have my review coming up from Wrong Side of Town. If you have Netflix, go get the stream. Don't waste your time with anything else. Just saying. Also, DJ Lunchbox, where are you at?
Oh, I'm over at thoughtfulride.com, twitter.com/DJ Lunchbox. I'm also over there. I'm on Facebook, if you know where to find me. I just give that away. You can also go to npr.org and do a search for Prairie Home Companion. You can find me there at my other job under my other name, Garrison Keeler. I am once again hosting Prairie Home Companion this week, and hope you guys enjoy that as well.
Excellent. And of course, you can find me at sorgatron.com, Sorgatron on Twitter, all the stuff going on. Check out ashleyafterhours.com. We do our show Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock there. A little bit later subjects going on. We had an interview with Whitney Payton last week, friend of the Sorg, at least. It's like, we need to play some of her on here again. She's got a new album coming out, and I think it'll be very exciting who she's going to have on there, and it'll be free.
See if you can get us a little preview, and we will feature her here on the Mayhem Show.
That's right. Yeah, we can pull out some old tracks just to remember her by. Of course, if you want to check us out, go to www.wrestlingmayhemshow.com. Twitter us at Mayhem Show. And, of course, if you want to call in the hotline and let us know a piece of your mind or what traffic pissed you off this week, you can go to 412-206-WMS0. And if you have the iPhone app right there, all these would be quick linked right on there. And I hope that wasn't somebody's phone number I just showed off. And, of course, email to goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. And next week, we have some very special guests in the best around will be joining us on the show. Thanks very much to Jason Gory, myspace.com/Jason Gory to go check out what's going on with him, what's coming up with him. Our first, and not our last, interview here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. So, Lunchbox.
Yes, sir.
Did you have a good mayhem?
Hey, this was an excellent mayhem. I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
This is a fun mayhem, a little rearranged mayhem action. Let us know what you think about it. Hit up all that stuff. Give us some feedback. Comment on us on iTunes, and we'll see you guys next week. This has been your Wrestling Mayhem Show 208 for March 9th. Next week is St. Patty's Day, so look for a drunk mayhem.
Drunk May. Ooh, that's a good idea. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get fucking hammered. Fucking drink me.
And we know how well the Mayhemies went, so we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show. The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media. You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Eastern.tv.